starting with International Student Club. From now on, everybody here is considered as a member of the International Student Club. Any Yamamah students are members in this club. I'm the president, Sulieman, Alaa, and my supervisor and club advisor, Sayyidana Carmen, is here with us today. We'll be, first of all, I'd like to discuss the club itself. Most likely, everybody here likes to go to countries, visit countries, learn about cultures, and most people, before they go to a country, they research about the country, what's there, what they want to visit there before they leave. They don't want to miss anything, most likely. So you can choose, in the competition, you can choose the country that you're planning to go to, the country that you like to know about, research about, tell people.
The first thing, one of the major things that Dr. Gary Weaver told us about is this idea of culture. Gives us knowledge, the iceberg knowledge. And so culture is like an iceberg. Okay. Next slide. He says most of it is underwater. What's interesting is, of course, how much of it is. The only things that we don't, that are not underwater, the things that we do see, okay, part of the iceberg that we can see, is we can look at that as behavior. When we talk about culture, we define culture, we mention these three things: behavior, beliefs, and values. And so keep in mind that behavior is the stuff that we can see. When we go to look at a culture, or study a culture, the behavior, the things that people are doing, their actions, the way they shake hands, the way maybe the clothes that they wear, the things that we can see, and the things that they do. This is the behavior. So this is the part of the iceberg that sticks up at the top, and it's the only part that we see. The beliefs are right on the surface. So we can kind of see them, we get a good idea about what they are, and where they come from. It's not so obvious to us. So it's a little bit more difficult to see than the behavior. And then as far as the values go, the values are the stuff that we don't see. These are the ideas that people have, the ideas that people learn that are passed down from generation to generation, and those values, or thought patterns, inform what people do. They inform their behavior, or even their beliefs. And of course, we also have this analogy. Two icebergs, right? Two different cultures. What happens when they come together? There's usually a collision or a conflict down underneath where the values are. So usually the conflict happens in those parts that we don't see, and so it's a little bit harder to understand what's going on. Where is the breakdown happening in communication when two cultures perhaps collide? Okay, and then the one other major idea I want to give to you that Dr. Gary Weaver has told us about is this idea that we can split different cultures up into these two categories, either to-do culture or to-be culture. That doesn't mean that it's either one or the other. Rather, if you see the line here at the top, the red line, we think of it as a continuum. On one side, we would have the extreme to-do culture, and on the other side, we would have the extreme to-be culture. But however, we find that no culture is just one or the other. Rather, they fall somewhere on the continuum, either more on the to-do side or more on the to-be side. Notice that the to-do culture has these qualities, right? The values. What we're talking about here are the values. Those things underneath the water, right, the bottom of the iceberg that you can't see, are these ideas, right, for the to-do culture. Earned status, meaning that you have to work in order to reach a certain status and prove yourself, perhaps. Individual achievement, right? In a to-do culture, we tend to reward the individual when he has done something very well. Same thing, individual action, equality, right? We consider the to-do culture considers everyone equal, and until you do something to break out of that. Other things, they're all pretty related. Independence. Notice individual, independence. This individualism. This is all related to, as an individual, what can you do to change your status, or to become, or to be successful? That's different than the to-be side of things. A to-be culture is more likely to have status sort of ascribed to somebody, just based on who you are, or what family you come from, or something like that. And so, it's a different set of values there. We're informing the way people interact in daily life, the way they interact with each other, what they do when they're at home or even at work.
Social scientists consider culture as a refinement, or you could say it's a dynamic thing that changes as time goes. Yes, it is sent from one generation to another, but usually every generation has something to add to its culture as it goes on. And here's a definition by Edward Tyler. Culture as that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, custom, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by man as a member of society. So if you just look at that definition, I think it covers every aspect we can find within a culture or within a family. No society is devoid of culture. Any society you come close to, any society that you approach, you're going to find that it has its own culture. Most likely, even within a group,